Hello and welcome. This cloud computing video for Lab 1 will walk you through the process of setting up a VPS or virtual private server and preparing it for use. First thing we always want to do with any new server is to perform the updates. So we're going to use the update package manager called app to perform the updates and the upgrades. So let's check for any updates. It says 69 packages can be upgraded. Update checks, upgrade performs the action. Simply do upgrade. If we do -y, it will automatically upgrade them without asking us. Okay, now let's see if there are any distribution upgrades. So it says we have one package that we don't need. We can remove it safely using apt auto remove. It says it'll free up some space. Yes. Let's go ahead and reboot so that the kernel upgrades and any of the system level upgrades will take place. If we want to reboot immediately, we'll just do the -n, reboot now. And you will be disconnected from the VPS. Let's give it a few minutes before we will connect again, a few seconds rather. Okay, good. 0 packages can be updated. There's no security updates. I can clear my screen. Now, if we look at the date, it's going to show it in UTC. So let's change it to the local time zone. So we'll use the time date control command. And we'll say set time zone, and we'll set it to Asia Almaty. And now if we type a date again, it shows a +6, so we have the correct time. Now we want to install some common packages that we will use often. So let's go ahead and do these now. We'll install zip, unzip, fail to ban a security package, UFW, uncomplicated firewall, again another security, and htop for monitoring or viewing processes easily. Unzip. Looks like I misspelled that. Okay, they installed correctly. Thought we would have gotten an error. Let's go ahead and configure our firewall. Clear this. On some VPSs, IP6 might not be enabled by default. In the last year or so, it should be, but let's check it anyhow. We'll use a text editor called Nano to look at the UFW settings. So it's going to be an etc default UFW, and IP6 is enabled. there was a time when it was disabled, but it's not now. So to exit the nanotext editor, just do Control X, and we don't want to save it because we didn't change anything. So we will deny the incoming by default. So the incoming rule, so everything by default is blocked except for what we want to allow in. So UFW default deny incoming. So nothing will be allowed to income unless we give it permission. We will allow all outgoing. Default allow outgoing. Now we want to allow only SSH, HTTP, HTTPS on the way in. Simply say UFW allow SSH, and it's for both IP4 and v6. UFW allow HTTP, and if we press the up key, it'll go through the previous commands up and down. So a shortcut, I'll just do that and put an S at the end of it for port 443. Now we will enable them. UFW enable, and say yes. Now we can check this. UFW status verbose, and it's going to tell us that only on the incoming we have ports 2280.443 for both IP4 and IP6. Let's go ahead and reboot just to verify that the firewall remains active and we don't get locked out. It's easier to rebuild now instead of after you do many hours of configuration and then realize you can't get back in. Let's go ahead and log back in, and we did. So let's check the firewall settings to make sure they're still enabled by looking at UFW status verbose. Good. One other thing we can check is fail to ban. So we can check it using the system control. So system control status fail to ban, and it should say it is active. What this does is if somebody is trying to hack the system by trying a random passwords, scanning for open ports, fail to ban will detect that and ban the user or the IP address rather for, it could be minutes or it could be hours depending on what this setting is. At this point, we are ready to start configuring our VPS so that we can use it.